it all started with this car, the Scuderia Ferrari. Not the number 88 was actually the number, at the Hungarian Grand Prix circuit back in November 11th, 2017. My name's Brett Keenan, but you've come to know this over the last 3 years. My first Grand Prix race was at the Hungarian Grand Prix on F1 2017 in the Ferrari number 88. It was a pretty eventful race, despite only having 7 drivers. I remember racing against the likes of Stuart Mackenzie Stewart, Alex Little, Axel Ericsson, Marta Trisandi, Jonathan Carton, a guy named Jake, Tough Dog F1, and a few others. I finished third in that race, in my first ever race. 10 races on, I would eventually become the Season 0 World Champion, having won no races but had a handful of podiums and a pole position to my name at the second round at Spain. Season 1, I would contest all 20 races, 2 race wins, a handful of podiums, and enough positions to win the Tier 1 title, or F1 as we called it when we converted to 3 championships. Season 2 went from Tier 1 to Tier 2 after a disappointing few rounds with no assists. Achieved my 50th Grand Prix at the Abu Dhabi circuit, having only missed one that season at Belgium. Season 3 went to Tier 3, endured a much healthier season with a handful of pole positions, a race win at the Austrian Grand Prix, and second in the Drivers' Championship. Season 4 made a return back to Tier 1, achieved my 70th Grand Prix at some stage during that season, but found that with no assist and no racing line it was too much of trouble, so returned to Tier 3 and was embroiled in some pretty bad races, but still managed a podium and a couple of pole positions. Season 5 started strong with a pole position that then didn't translate to anything. Many poles but no wins, to a disappointing 15th in the championship. And now currently here in Season 6 and 6.5, about to embark on my 100th Grand Prix this weekend at the Japanese Grand Prix. I've had the privilege of driving many cars in my seasons. Season 0 to Season 1 was with Ferrari up until the last few races in Season 1 when I moved to what was Toro Rosso. Moved to Red Bull for the start of Season 2, but then returned to Toro Rosso after moving down to Tier 2, and then finished the season in Ferrari. Season 3 went to McLaren for the full 10 races, and then Season 4 returned to Ferrari for Tier 1, and then back to Red Bull when I moved to Tier 3. Season 5 saw me go to Renault for the whole season, and then Season 6's inaugural part saw me make the return back to Ferrari, and Season 6.5 brought me to the first time ever driving a Mercedes powered engine car in the terms of the racing point. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening everyone around the world. Welcome to Transnation eSports. I figured I'd give us a bit of a time to understand the significance of this weekend. We are here at the Japanese Grand Prix, the land of the rising sun. It is a 5.807 kilometer, 3.608 mile track with 18 turns, a medium complexity, with a lap record of a 1 minute 30.983. And the lap record is held by Lewis Hamilton in 2019. The Japanese Grand Prix circuit is a track that I have tasted success in. It was one of my 2 race wins in Season 1 in a very small grid and a race full of attrition. It also kind of set the ground up for a lot of changes throughout the Transnation eSports in that period of time. Back then Tier 1 was mixed assists. It was at this very circuit actually in Season 1 where the decision to move to no assist was made abundant. My championship competitors at the time, Noek 3712, Black Mamba, series of numbers, known as the German brothers, Noah and David Weck, they were both assist users and very adamant on the idea of not using no assists for Tier 1, and upon that they departed the scene, which allowed me to take my second straight title. Since then, it hasn't been the greatest of breeding grounds. Tier 2, I remember qualifying pretty much near the back actually, but a full wet race saw me elevate up to P7. Season 3, we didn't contest it. Season 4, I don't actually remember what happened there. Season 5... Yeah, I know. I think Season 5 was fraught with a lot of